Hello, I am back. Take days off. Dude, chat, I did like a no caffeine thing the last 2 days where I didn't drink. I only had like a coffee in the morning instead of, and I've been like so slow. Crazy. Dude, I have literally the perfect hand here. But yeah, I decided to play some Hostage Druid today. Son of a jungle, not scary. I can't even clear it.
Welcome to the world.
So this list is running Rat and it's running Rune Totem. See the win setup.
Heads of shells.
Not even that bad. Look, it's not.
I remember this place well.
Yeah, Dirty Rat's really good with Twilight. What did you take out for Rat? I'm not sure. Does this list have Wicker Fang in it? Not sure. I thought this list didn't have Wicker Fang. Oh wait, it does have Wicker Fang. Okay. It's interesting. I don't know. What did I take out? There are also some lists that are running dragons, but like the whole dragon package to sort of make it like, but it felt like, this list doesn't run doesn't run the 8-drop. That's interesting. Okay. Which, to be honest, the 8-drop kind of sucks. So you just only do Underkings, which is probably correct, to be honest. It makes you less consistent though, but
The Earth Mother cradles us.
well, that's interesting.
Time waits for no one.
Blaze of trail. Sisters.
Yeah, it's not running the armor demon.
To victory. Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
Well, that's unfortunate. Ooh, I think it's a mirror still here. 15 stream streak, let's go. I really even want like all these treants. I think photosynthesis is probably more useful. So also like when you go dirty rat, like it puts a taunt in the way, so it's like kind of awkward for them. Oh, that's annoying. Don't really need these. This is pretty good actually.
Time waits for no one. Kneel before the strength of the wild.
This is actually kind of bad. But they can't kill off their own shit here, so... Come on. So this is like the idea of Dirty Rat is you like lock their board and then they can't trade stuff off, so it's awkward. Oh, that's weird. Isn't Tolver supposed to hit enemies if possible? That's weird. Yeah, something with like the choose, I bet, but... wait, that's really bad, chat. They're all untargetables now. Oh, that's so bad, actually. I need to kill this. It's very important. I think this works the way I want. Play this immediately. And trade here.
Time waits for no one.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I was supposed to do some outdoor activities this morning, and then it rained. So I decided, you know what? Just start the stream a little early. And I took the days off and play Armor Druid. I could hit Nerlix here. No, but if I break on Nerlix, I'm very unhappy, so never mind.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
This could be like really good for what's his name eventually. So I can just take another Underking here. Good hairstyle. Okay, dude. Ooh, that's nice, right? We'll just ramp up.
All are nourished when the cycle.
I do have some evening plans, chat. Also, the dog is visiting again. The dog will be here.
Almost out of cards. Time waits for no one. For the wilds.
Come to me, friends.
To my forces of nightmare. I'm out of cards.
That seems good.
Time waits for no one. Thanks.
Oh no, I forgot about this. Oh god, damn. All that to lose. That's this deck, dude. Alchemist, yeah. I could have frozen. I don't know. It was awkward, but it probably was a better play. I don't know. Hard like. Awkward because I have to get Saladrisil down there, so I have to empty my hand. So I have to use the 5 mana spell. I could use it on the 130, but then I leave the 6 attack minion up. So it's a really like, I probably had to play around that, but it's a really awkward situation.
Protect the wild.
Turn 3 Wicker Fang, GG.
Sisters, my will shall lead us to victory!
Unfortunate. They don't really have an answer to my 1/3s here, so.
Return to the wild, my friends!
I am watching
When we
closely.
blocked Pathota, I mean, I literally was playing Companion Hunter the last 3 days. I mean, what is this?
Come to me, friends.
I mean, you could go to another stream, dude, you know? A lot of other people streaming right now. That gives Dream? Yeah, dude. It can fit Dryad. You just have to cut a good card so you can put that bad card in. Like, you can do anything you want and lose a lot. Like, there's no law against that. You know, I want you to know that you're free. Free to do stupid shit. That's kind of pointless.
For the wild.
Could have gone renewing, but I feel like this is better. Do you think Leyline Mage is good? You did well with it? We must have different definitions of well. Could have kept it instead of it up as a rush, but I had lethal, yeah, and I killed them. I don't know. What are we talking about? Yeah, what is it? Hey, some hostage druid, I know, right? Half of the mods stream oh wait, stream elements is just dead. Wait, log in. Wait, it still looks like it's working. Wait, I logged in. Maybe streaming tools with that command. It seems like it's all still there. Wait. Let me try stream. All right, yeah, it's working. What do you? Chad, you guys know 7-Eleven has 59-cent big gulps right now? I don't even. I got a sweet tea. Except it's sugar free. Everywhere, I don't know. They have it in Chicago, and here in Chicago, like things are pretty expensive. So.
Malfurious versus Maiev.
Want to try?
It's literally cheaper for me to buy this than to like. Man, I don't know. Yeah. Dude, I all these companies are catching on that, like, dude, everyone is poor, and if they don't give good deals, like, Chad, soon everything is gonna be like either super cheap or like $300. Basically, Hearthstone, you know, like the game is really cheap, the skins are really expensive. Like if I buy a $5 coffee from a thing, this is the way I look at it. I probably average at this job like $30 an hour. That's probably what I average. Right? So if it's $5 for a coffee, but then it's like $6 with tax. Right? What was I gonna say? You just slam this next turn. Maybe I do. It's a good intermediate play. So it's yeah, 20 minutes of streaming for a cup of coffee. Plus, no, I have to pay taxes, right? So yeah, so with taxes, it ends up being about 20 minutes of streaming. Or I can just have a coffee I made myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not... We're at 59 cents. All right, so I make... Dude, like at 59 cents or... Wait. It takes me about like a minute to do that, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, there's even electricity. A lot of those are fixed costs, to be honest. Because I'm going to have an apartment. Kind of like, but, yeah. Roosevelt, dude, literally, okay. I saw some posts mocking basically there's like a million finance channels. They're all like, I know there's one he's famous for it, and they're all just like, hey, you should make your own coffee. And it's just true because coffee is ridiculous. Where if I go buy a burrito, like I would have to like cook the skillet. I'd have to have the tortilla. I'd have to have cheese. I'd have to like have like all their little spices and all the things. You know, it's awkward to clean that up. It's awkward to like, oh, I'm out of an ingredient. You know, it's like me buying a $10 burrito is so much more value than me getting like a $6 coffee. You know. Ooh, do I take Life Bloom here? I think I do. Kind of like just a nice, I go this, I get 2 8-drops next turn. Seems useful. Wait, oh, I can't go, Ysera on curve. Because, coffee machine. Pepsi Coke. I don't know. Coffee is nice. I don't know. My point is like I'm always thinking about, I don't know. I think there are like people that they like not thinking about money because it makes them feel like they're, you know, rich. You know, like where they're, oh, I'll just buy it. You know, they don't have to think about it. But I'm not rich, all right? So I have to like constantly be thinking about like what things cost, and am I gonna go broke if I like make this financial decision? You know? Yeah. The irony is they like need to do it the most. And they try to like get you in onto it, and you're like, no. Like the reason I was able to make the highly financially risky switch from actual real job to Hearthstone streamer is because I didn't like I was like not I was frugal with money, all right? And he said, exactly, nerds' lives matter. Yeah, I will say like there's something enjoyable about going to the coffee store, smelling, taking you order, having them serve it to you, right? But I can do that like on a date once in a while. I don't need to do that like every day. And some people do that every day.
Swiftly.
My blood to save the
Wait, son of a blood to save the dreamer, chat. Dude, what am I even supposed to do here? Oh my god. Okay. Gets me 6 armor. Oh god. Am I cooked, chat? I'm gonna go trade. Okay. Oh god, am I cooked? I think I have to go Under King, but Under King's not even good here. Oh god, do I have to go like, no, I don't know. This shitty play, I think.
I remember this place well.
On rush and armor, excellent.
time waits for no one.
Yeah, DoorDash is really expensive. I did it like when it started because it was a good deal. Does that seem excessive to you? Wait, really? I mean, so Zero Miss, I think that's what's okay. This is what's weird about dating is people have all these different expectations. You know, like because that's what people did back in the day. Like you would spend a lot of energy. Like if you look at like I don't know, like, you know, Victorian England, like you had to like throw these parties just to get like the women's attention, you know? It was expected, right? So there's not a right answer to that. Like I'm not gonna do that. Chad, I have my own, though I might be on the other end. It's gonna be courted, and it's like, what are you willing to give me in order to go out with me? You know, I just want to see like I like, well, you know, who's gonna make it worth my while, right? You know. So awkward. I'm like so close to winning.
Stalling for time.
I'm this close to winning, so I'm just like over trading here.
My hand is full.
What you got to- No, well, it's I don't know. It's you know, it's I think like here's the thing. Online dating like this had to happen because it's like too convenient. You're just like finding the love of your life while like on the toilet, you know? So because it's like so convenient, they can like, charge you these convenience fees basically, you know? Where if you like meet someone, you know, the way I would at like a bar, you know, it's you gotta pay cover. You maybe gotta get like some expensive drinks. There's a lot more like natural filtering mechanisms at play. Guys, dude, this is like a soft flex. The girl I wanted to go back to her first share shower, dude. Like, what do you? Yeah, sure, dude. No, you know the girl that you know, cause dude, I don't even know. Not being lazy, yeah. What is this? All right, am I cooked yet? I don't know. I can go. If I can set up for Soladra for next turn, maybe. I don't know.
I wonder.
Let's go.
Go forth on
This might have been bad order. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. We'll be okay. Ooh, this is nice, actually. I could take the Grove Shaper. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to. I just put it on the bottom. But I have a reason to do this, so we'll see. We'll see if it pans out. Hey, all the girl that call you creepy. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. Okay, this is what I now that I live in the city, I'm probably in social situations 5 times a week, right? 5 times a week that I'm hanging out with people in some sort of social context. You know, and like let's say like so, all right. And then I probably, so that means about like 20 times a month, I'm in some sort of social context, right? And so I probably meet someone that I actually have future potential, that we like hit it off, like once every 4 months. That's realistically, to make real connections, you have to be out like being a social person a lot, and nobody wants to do that. Everyone wants to like, I left my cave one time, and I didn't immediately find a girlfriend. You just can't even date anymore. That's basically, I don't know. So you never leave the cave. Exactly. All right. I don't know about this. Okay, I can go Soladra next turn. Soladra 2-mana spell, dream this. I guess I can't dream this guy, right? But why? You know, right? Yeah, it's. I left my cave one time, and I wasn't like Brad Pitt level of good looking, and no girl. I couldn't get a girlfriend. What's up with dating these days? That's my point. Is like to be like you know, being social means actually like making human connections and like talking to people on a regular basis. And I don't know if you guys have heard about this stuff. All right, trying to stabilize HandsGamer here, but yeah. I don't know, but yeah. A scam to win this game, dude. You don't write art, chat. The prequel to Art of Getting Good, Art of the Scam, but you can't find Art of the Scam on Amazon. What you're gonna need to do to get this top secret book is send $10,000 to my Western Union thing. All right, through Western Union direct money order. I'll send you the address, and then I'll definitely send you Art of the Scam. All right.
Swiftly.
I'm so close to just like winning here, but you know what? Let's go for the run. This guy. Hybridization is kind of good, actually.
My duty fulfilled.
I'm scared of dying.
Time waits for no one. For the
Botching here.
wilds.
This is good though. I'm at so low life, so I'm just scared of dying every turn. What was my last spell? Mark of the Wild. Okay. Can't play the electricity fill. Dude, why not taunt the 9 mana guy? Because I don't have board space. That's why. And I was trying to figure out how to make board space there, but I didn't have enough, so. Wait. Oh god, no, 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 no. Get me back in there. No. I have a really complicated turn next turn. Bro, did they legit break the game? They can't even get in there, dude. Oh god. There goes my win condition, chat. I have to dream this or I lose. But there, I don't have a win condition now. That's this bullshit. I could have been fine and won this, but like, I have to use my dream, and now I can't do the combo now. That's bullshit. Like I'm gonna take. I don't know.
Inside voices, please.
Oh, that sucked. Black Cloud Exam.
Welcome to the crew.
Malfurion versus Rexar!
Let the hunt begin.
I must protect the wild.
this place well.
Did you react to the Kibler video? No, I mean, I watched it. It's interesting. I mean, I probably agreed. I think, what was I gonna say? It's interesting Kibler kind of likes the current game style, which I think is reasonable. Like, that's just like what he likes. I think it's more like, there is, what did he say? Yeah, I mean, I completely agreed with him on class sets are dumb. Like, just like, the just his take. So yeah, I'm in like pretty much a complete agreement, with his video. It just, is he was saying, I don't think they're actually in practice. Like, the key thing is like Blizzard can't predict, 12 months ahead when they're designing these class set what deck is going to be the OP class. It's too complicated. So, like, what happens when they happen to have the class set? Like, the idea of a class set, they could predict it. You severely overestimate them.
Blaze a trail.
They have unlimited game testing. All right, Walter. Let's just say they're not going to predict. I mean, it's, I don't know. They could. It'd be very difficult to predict. I do think you severely overestimate how, like, it's not just this, just do point A and the point B. Like, it's just not how things actually work.
Blaze a trail.
Well, I don't even think I trade here because I'm going under king next turn, and then they are lazy. Okay, so laziness is a principle of one human being, all right? It's more they do not consider the resources. Remember, it's a corporation. You're anthropomorphizing them. Individuals aren't lazy, right? If they do not hire enough people, it will seem like they are lazy, but it's really just, they just don't have enough people to come up with the good ideas. So they're not going to do that. Does not equal. They could totally do it, Walter. They're not going to because they don't think Hearthstone is worth it for whatever reason. To put that, like, it just it appeals to emotion. Like, they are business. They're looking at it like so. And like, remember, it's not your responsibility, right? Like, if they are putting out a bad product, don't buy it.
Welcome to the world.
Our tunnels run deep.
I don't press the button here because I want to go Saladrisil Corrupted next turn, and like, but yeah, they could. So I mean, so think about this. Every Hearthstone player tries to predict which cards are OP. We do these card reviews. People are famously wrong. All right. The amount of variables, it's naive to think that they could very accurately predict without extreme amounts of resources what the meta is going to be a year in advance. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're completely naive to think that, like, they would ever spend the absurd amount of resources. They would be much better just spending on that, making the game better or making their client better. All right. That is what I'm saying. I don't think they ever would. It would be foolish to. It's such a waste of resources. That's what I'm saying. All right. I don't know, did Walter, so, oh my god, dude. So, do slam stats here. But, anyways, so the amount of resources it would take to predict the meta a year in advance, they could just make Hearthstone too. Like, Walter, you're completely fucking naive to think that you could do that, all right? The amount of players and the amount of times people in this community have is so wrong. That's the point I'm making, and you're nitpicking of like, they could put more resources in. Yeah, they could, all right? That's not the point. The point is, it's extremely difficult to know what the meta, and that's the point Kibler is making, and you're just going off on this like, if they wanted to, they would. Like, all right, okay, dude, all right, it's ridiculous. The ROI on making a game balance right from the get-go is ridiculous, right? Better things, one, more people to design the card, more people to actually like fix the client, right? There's a billion better resources than trying to predict. So this class set, the whole idea of Kibler saying is like, it's going to be very difficult, and you're nitpicking on this one little detail, dude, all right? Okay? So, actually, Kibler's completely wrong. They should be able to know exactly what the game is gonna be like 5 years from now. Oh my god, dude. It's like, seriously. Ooh, this is kind of good though. Oh my god, dude. Anyways, the whole point is we're looking at class sets as a technology, all right, as opposed to mini sets where they put out some like decent neutrals and a few things, which is more likely, which is simpler, which is more likely at lower resources, effectively, or the same resources to make a good meta, and it's going to be difficult, all right? That's the whole point Kibler is making, and he's completely right. And you're just going like, if you wanted, if the Hearthstone team wanted to make everything perfect, they would. Like, you don't like, he's not responding. Yeah, dude.
Come closer, critters.
Taking a risk here. I don't know. Okay, I got Nightmare and Dream. That's what I wanted to hit. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I swear this is like half of the Hearthstone community is basically like looks at Blizzard as like their ex that like has been letting them down for a long time, but they won't break up with them. And then like everything is like, you know, they could do that, you know, like you know, but they're all, you know, if they really loved me, you know, it's just all, everyone is like so mad, but they won't leave, but they're just like constantly wow forms, you know. They loved him enough. I know, right? Oh my god, it just makes me go insane, chat. Son of a bitter end, chat.
Is there trouble? Is there trouble?
Alright, kind of have everything I need to hop off here, right? Alright. World War II analogy. You know, you're like, you know, England could, you know, mobilize the troops and like help protect France if they wanted to, but they're too busy off like having their own problems, right? They could do it, but they just don't want to, right? Because they're out, you know, being greedy, right? Something like that.
Quickly.
I probably have to go, oh, here's what I do, actually.
What to do?
Grow big and strong.
Time waits for no one.
I don't know. Probably
For the
fine.
wilds.
Dude, I'm gonna be shuffling infinite meadow striders at the bottom of my deck. That's kind of hilarious, actually.
us to victory! Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes!
Wait, what? Oh, this is bad. Okay, my cook chat. I feel like it would have been better off like flipping this one. I don't know.
My hand is too full.
Do I have a way to kill this? Oh god. Oh god, chat. Could really use Under King here.
I wonder. I wonder. Time waits for no one.
My people will regret their backs.
I mean, I can start going, It's gonna be weird because we're gonna keep on putting Metal Striders at the bottom of our deck here. Wasn't board lock good? There was no good way to board lock it. Every time I leave this up here, it gets more and more procs, which I didn't want to do. That's why I'm putting it in their hand there, because it can get so much damage.
My people will regret their backs.
Time waits for no one. For the wilds.
Welcome to the world.
quickly.
Our tunnels run
The Earth Mother cradles us. Time waits for no one.
underfoot.
Don't know if this works on 8 drops that are put in the deck as 1 drops. But let me see if this draws anything. It did draw a Metal Strider. Okay, that's awkward. Not actually good for me, but we'll be okay. I can't play this because if I do, it messes up my combo. But
Time waits for no one. I'm almost out of cards.
Forces of nightmare.
My hand is too full.
yeah, my whole deck is Metal Striders now, so
Go forth on swift wings.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Yeah, we never fatigue, so I don't know. I mean, this is pretty much won. I have all the major pieces to win. Find a way to bounce. Yeah, he could. Like if he runs to Ladrisil, um, that could give me that could lose me the game.
Come closer, critters.
Well, not anymore, because I'm gonna heal up to 12. So I should be completely safe now.
I move quickly.
My duty fulfilled! My people will regret their backside.
Time waits for no one.
I'm conceding. People try to hang in there, but this is over. Now I have to wait for 30 turns. Let's see if they concede though.
I move quickly.
My people will regret their backside.
This is exciting, chat. I mean, I've won this game. We'll see if they decide they want to give up. This is a checkmate situation. I'm getting life every turn. They're taking more fatigue every turn. And this heals me for 3, so I'm not even losing to omens.
Time waits for no one.
Look at the bottom of my deck. Oh, dude, it's ridiculous. Why do they never concede? I don't know. They're hoping that they can win this. You see what? Look at this play. They're doing everything they can to try and hang in there. Look, they dodged fatigue for one turn. Wow. Now they're definitely going to win.
My hand is too full.
My people will regret their backs.
Some turns ago, yeah, but you're not General Kenobi. Hello there.
My greetings.
That's it. This is just, I don't know, dude. We'll let me give up, chat.
Out of cards.
We have the high ground. I know, right? So I'm gaining let's see.
Go on, take a bite.
False sense of hope. Yeah, I could totally see that. What are you hoping for, dude? You're grasping at straws here.
My hand is too full.
My people will regret their backs.
So how many cards can you get in your deck? We'll see. We're at 39. Play along her side, Hearthstone. I'm actually surprised how few people give up. Like, you'd be surprised. People, like, feel very unjustly lost when they play against our deck. And they're hoping for some weird out. I mean, to be fair, if they could get these killed every turn, but I never let them actually get on board here. Like, I never let them do anything. So first time. Well, hello, Rattlegore. Yeah. So our Umbra has 2 Underkings in it and a Dream card in it. The Metal Striders as well. That's something we RNG'd into. So every time we play it with this, it actually triggers 4 times, and then they double, so it's 8 times. So we get 8 times 6 for 48 armor, and then we just put them back in our hand.
My hand is too full.
But it's also so we get short answers. Oh, laser.
My people will regret their backs.
Dude, there's so many of them.
My hand is too full.
My people will regret their best.
We might draw. I don't think so. Jeff, like, does anyone know like what turn? Wait, does it say what turn it is? It's 17. How many turn? Wait, no. Draw is like 60. Yeah. I feel like we're not even close here. Be the real hostages that friends we made along the way. Sure, dude. Yeah, the animations take forever. I could, but my opponent needs to know the. I want to get a full deck. All right, actually, I guess I do. Actually, 60 cards, right? Omen 15. It's not even that high. That means like 8 turns of this.
My hand is too full.
My people will regret their best.
To be honest, I could just win by tempoing a bunch of Meadow Striders here, but that's no fun, right? All right, we'll just pass the rest of the game. I got up to 60. All right.
My hand is too full.
Yep.
Well played. My hand is too full.
Alright, chat. Alright, that was a long time. Fun though.
Malfurion versus Sylvanas.
Victory for the Forsaken.
I must protect the wild.
Come closer, critters.
Is Strider a safe craft? Is taking all your money, alright? And then like putting gasoline on it and then lighting it on fire. Safe for your money, or is that worth it? I got burned last time I did that. I think I'm better off double ramping here than going for fast Emergisil. These decks are good, dude.
The moment is upon us.
Welcome to the world.
Step forth into the time wave.
Step forth into the blah blah blah. Dude, that's actually a good question. I think it's a little bit of both. I think I pick up some of chat. The people who are truly don't vibe here get banned. But yeah, that's actually an interesting question. And also the people who like me are more likely to want to be here, right? So, it's a little bit of both. It does, chat, did you know the streamer is the average of the 5 chatters he hangs out most? So I gotta find like the top 5 chatters. And no, I'm the average of all of them, right?
Welcome to the world.
Chat, should I unban Cheshire Cat? I forgot about Cheshire Cat.
Welcome to the world.
I think, you know,
The moment is upon
let's see, wait, let me...
Welcome to the world.
I smell blood.
No? I don't know, just being a jerk.
Welcome.
Really annoying, alright? It really was just that. Ooh, Baco, thank you for the prime. Amadeus, thank you for 16 months. My mom's birthday too. Happy birthday, Amadeus, mom. They remind me I have to get her a present. Thanks for the reminder, alright. Oh wait, for some reason I said my mom's birthday. My birthday month. Why did I read that? My birthday month too, alright. For some reason I said my mom's birthday. I saw the month and my brain just went straight to mom. Oh, finite crime. Alright, chat, you guys all know Cheshire Cat, right? Let's take a poll. I'll let the poll decide. Alright, because I love democracy. I can't. I don't know. He was just being like annoying and pushing buttons like he always does. And I just didn't feel like it. Look, chat, I don't what is this dictatorship? Chat, this has always been a democracy, chat. Dude, there's nothing I care more than about accurately representing the needs and desires of my great community. Right? And I definitely, you know, I am just your selfless servant, acting always in your interest, all right?
What horror will hatch?
Can't do that.
Ooh, Life Bloom is just kind of good in tempo matchups.
Behave, you rotten drink!
Alright, let's see. I'd bet. Yes, ooh, it's close, chat. 60% for unbans.
What horror will hatch?
I could just go for the double Aatrops here.
For the wilds.
This ban must be for a good reason. We don't need look at chat. And would I trust your judgment? It's just Cheshire Cat's been banned in this channel like 10 times. And all his transgressions are not like, you know, they're not like life or death, you know? They're all just like mainly being annoying. Give me a taunt. Ooh, I got a rush minion. Am I cooked? They're literally one off here. But yeah, that's why I'm letting you, the people. Alright, we lost him.
I concede.
Yeah, that Wind Fury Divine Shield was pretty brutal.
Malfurion versus Huln.
Let the hunt begin.
Alright, we'll unban him, chat. Moderation, wait, where? Where's like the mod thing? Trying to find like where the mod.
Welcome to the crew.
I'm in like creator dashboard, stream manager, moderation. Why can't I feel like they changed the spot. Mod logs, timeouts and bans. Wait, why can't I just see mod mode? I can't remember how his name is spelled. Like, can't I find the mod mode? Moderation. Where is like mod mode? Like it's usually in the bottom right. You just have a mod mode and it's not there anymore. Like it's usually like this. Let me check on a different browser.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
What to do?
Dude, I legit, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to find it. Very annoying.
For the wilds. Time waits for no one.
Yes, sure. Yeah, dude. Okay, I found another link to it. Okay, unban requests. Alright, I'll unban Cheshire Cat. I found and then we had 2 other unbanned requests. I shall never doubt. Okay. No hands again will come up adversity. Alright, that's a great dude. See, Joda Pep gets it, dude. He's like, I will never doubt No Hands' ability to overcome adversity. That's the kind of like positive thinking I want in this channel, alright? That was your president's words. What am I? Come on. Alright, Ye was saying weird political stuff. I don't know.
What to do?
Use alright, I'll unban them and I'll get ready to ban them again, okay? Oh shoot.
Waits for no one.
Ooh, these are okay. Renewing Flames I like though. Look, chat. See, unlike I can kind of unban people, unlike a real government, because I can just throw them in prison on a technicality if I want. So it's the problem if you unban someone in real life, then they might go on and do some crimes, and then they might get away with those crimes. But no one gets away with anything in this channel. All right. You know how like.
Come to me, friends.
Chat, I think, okay, the problem... Chet, the problem with democracy is like, why should someone without a sweet Ragnaros skin have the same influence as me, you know? Raises a good point, exactly. There needs to be some sort of like electoral college situation where like the more Ragnaros skins you have, the more votes you get, right?
Come closer, critters.
I remember this place well.
I don't know, this might be dumb.
For the wilds.
Look, shout out. No, yeah, exactly, ZBD. Like, other than if that's not the case, then what does being a VIP even mean? You know?
Blaze a trail.
That's good though. Hanging in their hands, gamer chat. Wait, oh, Crow chat, I have a sizzling cinder in my thing. So, you know what that means? Like,
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt down our enemies.
chat, also, like, I alone should, like, count the votes. Because I obviously have shown myself to be the only one we can all agree on that is a trustworthy person to count the final votes. Yeah. What do I do here, chat?
I wonder.
Oh, God.
Come closer, critters.
It might be cooked here. I should have probably just, I don't know. It's probably fine. I'm like scared of, I'm scared of Alchemist here, but this is probably dumb. Could have just gone 1 health and like procced it. Which I think I forgot I was just talking about Twitch. Anyways. This was a huge misplay by me. It's kind of throwing, to be honest. I mean, I was worried about this, yeah. Yeah, I think 1 health and then proc this was the play. And then we might have been able to get there.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the Fire Lord. I must protect the wild.
Do you need Nerlix in this deck? I mean, you don't need anything, right? You literally can cut 25 of the cards and just play a different deck. Nerlix is run because there will be games that if you don't have Nerlix, you won't be able to use Ysera, right? But you don't need it. Like, it's just not, it's not a useful conversation to have. Like, do we really need it? No, you don't. All right? Glad we've had this talk. Like, what were you expecting to hear? I don't know what Dirty Red is for, but I think it could be good, especially like with things like Twilight.
Feed my children.
Played against the mirror match? Nope. I have not. This is bad. What exactly do you do here? Good draw.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
Do I really need Nerelix? Yeah, it just gives you so much tempo, the Wicker Fang. But I mean, their Wildwood Circle gave them a lot of tempo themselves.
Go forth on swift wings.
All are nourished and the cycle renews.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Crap, dude. Yeah, I can probably just get a good 5-mana location here.
Remember this place well.
2-1 rushes get there. Got it. Excellent.
My duty fulfilled.
For the wilds.
Our tunnels run.
My duty fulfilled.
I need more draw, so I'm saving this for an extra draw for next turn. Basically, like, we hit a Mirdrasil, we probably win. But, because we have a big mana advantage here, but we don't have a big value advantage, so... That's a Mirdrasil.
For the wilds.
My duty fulfilled.
Alright, we're in a pretty good spot. Wait. This is annoying. Because I'm gonna be getting infinite, like, shitty legendaries in my hand. This actually could lose me the game here.
My hatred
But we'll see. This is bad. Wait, this is also bad. Oh god. I guess, wait, no. I was like, this would always summon just one. Kind of mirror just so. Dude, great ideas like here for the stream every day.
The Earth Mother cradles us.
Wow, Murden's last stand is so bad. We'll do this. Wait, I could have done Volcanic Burst. Maybe that was better. I don't know. It's probably fine.
What wondrous power!
Yeah.
I remember this place well.
Stopped, yeah. It will get awkward. So this is the hard game to win because I'm actually probably more likely to win this game with tempo. This is bad too. This is a lot of burst incoming, but it might be okay. We'll see. Wait. No, I'm dead, chat. You gotta be joking me. This game is completely luck-based. Early Sunday stream, yeah. I took Friday and Saturday off. I have plans, but like more I'm just ending the stream like an hour early. Nothing crazy. So I'm ending like, so if I start early I can do a nice 7-hour stream. Chat, I'm working on my second book. I think it's gonna be a huge. I hope it helps people. I hope I can get through to people on my point of view on chronic pain.
I must protect the wild.
And I hope I can get through to people. But ice cream on Sundays? No, I don't really eat much ice cream. Ice cream on thing. Like I have choices of like, do I want to be a hottie? Or do I want to have ice cream? And I choose hottie. You know, like I'm losing my hair. So I can't get away with if you got a full head of hair and you got a little belly. So the book is going to be actually be less about chronic pain and more really exploring pain in general. But one of like the fundamental ideas of the book is that pain is a signaling device, and but once we create that, or we like, look, pain is our brain trying to help us, but we know sometimes our brain screws up, and usually chronic pain is the idea of your brain thinks you have a problem, so it gives you all this pain, and that furthers the belief that you have a problem, so then it gives you more pain, and it's kind of this cycle. Pain is weakness leaving the body. I disagree, actually. But yeah, so I think it goes beyond that what they taught us? Yeah, so I mean, in the Marines, like they're trying to get you to abandon your emotional impulses and be, you know, a soldier, right? But also, you know, historically, I don't know about like if you're this, but you know, a lot of that's probably has something to do with why a lot of soldiers have PTSD, you know, because they're pushing through and they're not listening because it's life or death, right? So it's you know, like they have to get you because they have to train you in the Marines. Like, think about there's all this gun firing and you have to charge in and like start shooting people. You know how unnatural that is. So they have to like do things to break you. But Marine buddy, I know, right? Yeah. But most people, like in most situations, if you see a bunch of like, there's a battle happening and you're just one guy, you're not a part of a military, you'd be like, pain is weakness, leave the body, and then you get shot, you know? Like you should run, like if you're, you know, not a soldier, you know, if you're just a citizen. They have all these nightmare fuels, so like I kind of want to go dirty rat, but I'm also just kind of scared for my life here. You slam it, chat? It's risky.
Go forth on swift wing.
What have I done, chat?
For the wild.
Oh god. But so a lot of the there's issues of your body is so I even find what's interesting is if you start working out regularly, in my opinion, this is my experience, your body will actually start to like it because it's getting something. So there might be the pain of like driving to this, but you might actually start to really like your workouts. I think that's very common. So I don't think this like mentality. Now, I do think like being absolutely elite at something means often going beyond the equilibrium. You asked Pocket Train the year he won Worlds, he kind of hated Hearthstone, but he showed up because that's what it takes to be the best. But you don't need to be the best necessarily, right? Like you could just be whatever. Not everybody needs to be, you know, a game changer, you know? But am I cooked here? Kind of. Alright, if they got plus attack here, I'm screwed. But anyways, what's like the big point I'm going for the book? The point I'm going for is when you start looking at your brain as like a system that uses pain and pleasure to try to incentivize behavior. And I think some of the issue that I think people will run into in life is that they ignore this pain because they think like, I gotta keep pushing, and their body will just keep upping the pain over and over again. If you don't listen to it, basically. And then often that's like, so the pain becomes chronic. And then ironically, once it's chronic, it's very hard to get rid of. This is basically my take on like a lot of how chronic pain works.
Our tunnels run deep. Underfoot.
Better off killing Nerelix. So I did something good, yeah. Also, like a lot of the pain, the interpretation. If you're sore after a workout, you know that means you push your body, and then you're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be stronger, I'm gonna look better, I'm gonna be healthier. There's something you understand about that. But yeah. Right. Oh, this is very bad. Oh God, this is very bad. All right. Okay. Don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I think I'm cooked. Wait. Oh, this didn't die. Okay.
Choose soon.
Extinguish them. Yeah. But I think.
Underfoot.
The Earth Mother cradles us.
Am I cooked? I'm actually cooked. I don't like my play. Oh, I should just give. I just have to give up here. I think I should have gone like I don't know. This ascendance really screwed me. Anyways, I think I lost here. I just can't.
I concede.
So there's also like your brain's interpretation. So let's say you repeatedly have like this leg pain, and for me, it's really scary because you want to be able to do your activity so bad. Every time you get a pain, not only is it just pain, but your brain freaks out and you start having all this anxiety and you think, oh, is my pain coming back? Which only aggravates your pain. But yeah, but it's so hard. It's so hard getting out of it. It's so hard getting out of it because you have to have such a strong conviction. Because when you're in pain, it feels so like your reality is the pain. It's, you know, somebody saying there's nothing wrong with your leg just seems ridiculous. Like when you're in pain, like the whole point of pain is to change your behavior. When you have a lot of pain, it's so hard to break out of. But yeah. But yeah, so one of the other concepts of the book, and like is that your brain might use pain in your body to get you to do behavior when other things work. So let's say you're in the military and you want to quit, right? But you've been told like, no, quitting is terrible. Quitting is just wrong. I can't do that. Right. Even though your body is saying, I'm not made for this. Well, your body, your emotions might like not, you know, you might just keep pushing through depression and anxiety, but then all of a sudden your brain gives you like some really bad back pain, you know? And then all of a sudden you're like, well, you know, I can't, like my back is in pain. Like I can't carry my thing. That's some of the idea. But then like that your brain will kind of use when you're not listening and it really wants to do something or doesn't want to do something, it will use pain to, but that's also going to be a controversial take. Because people will be like, no, I'm not faking it. And it's like, it's not even your brain. You're not even in charge, basically. Like your brain forced your hand. You could have the, like, I'm a good person. I'm going to go and do my, you know, duty for my country. And your brain might be like, nope, we're not going to do that. And it will just kind of force your hand. And that's probably, you know, this isn't my idea, but like that's the controversial thing because people will be very resistant to that idea because it's kind of saying your pain is fake. But it's like it's not even really fake because it's like you're not in charge of it. Like it's just your brain doing what it thinks will get it what it wants. So Those 1 year since I was 1 years old.
World. Yeah.
I mean, also like, Baco, I don't know. What does your doctor say why you have headaches?
Nice to meet you.
Wait, it's 12-12. That's very bad. No one knows. Yeah. So
I remember this place.
that's like, so let's create two scenario. Like, let's create a scenario of like pain. Let's say there's something in your body that is like weak and you don't understand it, but something going on, and your brain, when you overstress yourself, might give you like a headache or some pain as a way to protect yourself, or it could be a feedback loop that's incorrect. I think the biggest test is like, if this pain magically disappeared overnight, would that actually help me? You know, if you have it's hard. It's like I don't know. My cooking. I'm dead. Whoops. So, I mean, I've been getting headaches lately, and I think about like, why is my brain giving me headaches? And I think it's because my brain has been a little burnt out, and it's not liking where the energy is going, basically. And it's trying to like say, I don't want you to be almost like spending too much energy on the things that you're sending it on. But my routine changes. Yeah, I think like City Build, that's a very clear example. When your routine changes, you're using more conscious energy because you're not in habits, so you get headaches. That's kind of you know. I think it's also hard because like I can't possibly know everybody's pain. You know, pain is weird, and I think sometimes there's just weird system things that like don't really make sense. You know, just like your sexuality might have some weird things that aren't like, oh, you're, you know, you like tentacles because your ancestors at one point were you had a relationships with squids or something like that, you know, like, you know, it's just some things are just weird, you know, is what I'm saying. Change decks, I don't know, we're playing this. We could switch to Control Priest. Do we want to switch to Control Priest? Did I get my main quest done? Wait, I still haven't won 5 games of Hearthstone. Now, let me get my 5 games and wait, holy. A day off from work. Oh, that's not the weekend. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. But what I think is happening with some of the stuff is your brain's trying to signal, and at the end of the day, it's like your brain is either I like this or I don't like this. It's not very practical. It's not very nice. Like, let's say you're in a meeting and you just hate these meetings. Your brain might never and you just have to sit through these meetings. Yeah, your brain might not will put you through pain every time, and it doesn't care that you just have to do this. It might just say we're going to it just knows that you don't like this, and it's like, here's some pain, and it sucks.
Welcome to the world.
We just don't listen then. It's hard because a lot of times you can't listen. So what I mean by this is like, let's say you're mad at you're mad at somebody, right? Well, but they're your boss. You might just have to deal with it, right? But your brain might give you the pain anyways. Like we have like these social frameworks of like how we're supposed to act, and sometimes like we have these needs that don't get fulfilled. You know, even just like, let's say you have a need that you want to feel respected at work, and you're constantly in this situation. You know, the pain in that pain is much more simpler, Umbra. That's the very obvious pain. You stub your toe, your brain saying, pay attention to your toe, like let this toe rest, right? Those are the easy ones. We're talking about the weird shit, like the shit that doesn't seem to make sense. The shit that's like confusing, you know? Yeah. It's just fantasy. How can you analyze pain? I mean, I believe this stuff because it worked for me, and I thought about it, and I thought about like why my brain is going. It's still a very broad scope, yeah. I mean, I want to talk about. I know so many. There's so many people who've gotten better from this stuff. And I don't know. It's.
Welcome to the world.
The moment is upon us.
But
Ratings are off the charts.
I mean the point is like the toe. I forgot like what our train of thought is here, but the toe is your brain saying, "Hey, you banged my toe.
I remember this place
Like
well.
rest my toe. Let's not walk. Like jump up and down. You know, like don't do this." Very obvious. Where some other pains are more, you know. Like let's say your kid is telling annoying stories, but you're like, no, I'm supposed to care about these annoying stories. You know, your brain might like feel conflicted about this pain because you're supposed to be a good parent who listens to your kids' annoying stories, where they're like, so you can tell I don't have kids.
Blaze a trail.
Yes, I would, Umbra. Yep.
My hand is full.
For pretending to be reasonable, yeah. That's part of the reason why I just lose my shit. Because if I don't, my brain will give me pain. So the only way I can avoid like getting chronic pain is by losing my shit. So I think so. The irony is like basically in order to not be in as much pain, I started being a lot more sort of emotionally authentic in situations that are costly. You know, you're not supposed to like lose your shit over your chat asking a question. You're supposed to be a nice person that is like, oh, well, let's talk about that. And I'm like, no.
Go forth on swift wings.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Blaze a trail.
And I started doing that a lot in life. And so my pain, it's helped my pain immensely. But it's awkward because you're supposed to be, no, you're not supposed to do that, or you're just supposed to. So a lot of times the pain is signaling something I should do, right? It's I have this chatter that's being annoying, and I want to do this, but I'm supposed to I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. And basically, if I don't listen to my brain, it will just keep giving me the pain. that's kind of some of the baseline of the theory. I think I just used the cycle.
My duty fulfilled.
Time waits for no one.
Yeah. So these are some of like the ideas I'm trying to think about, and I'm like, it's good for me to talk to you guys and for you to give me shit about my ideas, because it helps me make them more clear in my mind. I actually think like so so yeah. The drip credit, yeah. Ooh, that's good.
For the wilds.
My duty fulfilled.
So well, so I'm trying to talk about pain as a broader concept than physical pain. Basically, part of my take is that pain, both physical and emotional, are at the end of the day the same thing. We just interpret them very differently in our brain. But at the end of the day, they're just our body is giving us pain to try to get us to do an action. I don't know what to do here.
Grow big and strong.
Hey, that's great, actually. That's very lucky.
Time waits for no one.
Okay, so other issues, yeah. Yeah. So
Come closer, critters.
I have no time for games.
no, I needed that, chat. That's very bad. Makes my life much more difficult here. But my Umbra gets me two, could have gone rat there, to be honest, but so I have two Under Kings. I think this has 3 things in it.
The moment.
So I'm trying to explain why I think the brain uses this chronic pain instead of sort of just saying it does, because a lot of when you get chronic pain, yeah, I mean, I took meds, they never really helped me personally. Obviously I'm one person.
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt down our enemies.
All right, I think I might still have the win here, which is crazy.
Is upon us.
Our tunnels run.
So I get 2 dreams from this, so I can dream one of their minions. And I can dream my minion.
Job's done.
Stop it. Yeah, so like I've found when I enjoy alcohol the most, or you could work on your emotions. Like we could take heroin, or become like an alcoholic, or you could actually think about your emotions and fix yourself and like strive for a better life. Like, what do you think is the better option, dude? Like that's like part of the whole point of like why I'm writing the book is like.
I'm out of cards.
Our tunnels run
How do you, so yeah, I can get some really good examples of, so you know, often there's often I'll feel like I'm not good enough for whatever I want, maybe as a streamer, maybe as a romantic partner, maybe, and I'll try to like put all this effort to be like, I gotta be better, right? I gotta be a better person. And what does that turn into practically? Well, that turns into practically all this conscious effort, which takes a toll on my nervous system. Which then, man, we won this game. Which takes a toll on my nervous system, which then gets in pain. So part of like how I fix the pain is by, instead of like being, oh, I did this, I just sort of like let things happen, and go at my body's natural pace, which is like historically not what I wanted to do. Nice, I think we got him here. Fire's out of control, yeah.
Welcome to the crew.
Typhoon leaving 40 months. This is like part of even like the fact that why I want to write the book is somebody legit said, hey, instead of actually like working on your emotions to lower your pain, you could just become a heroin addict. That was like a legit take from the stream. And that's like legitimately, they're being funny, but like that's legitimately, people think they'd rather become a heroin addict than like go to therapy. You know? Like it's legitimately how people view the world.
The moment is upon us.
The whole point of pain is it sucks you in. It doesn't let you ignore it. And that's why it's so powerful. But yeah. It sucks you in and it demands your attention. And that's like what people chronic is people just keep ignoring and then it so being I think society wants you, but I think there's a better way, Neon, right? I mean, the whole world wants you to like ignore what you are and be this like GDP creator, right? That throws away their own needs to be like create more for this and just be a cog in the machine. And you think about this, like let's say you're doing that and your life isn't going anywhere because you're not living your own life. Why do you think your brain's giving you pain? It's saying, if you're going to keep living your life being a little bitch of society, I'm going to keep giving you back pain and not allowing you to do it. And so this is what people have to do sometimes, is not just like think about their pain. They have to actually start like going for what's important in their life and not just being this little cog in the machine and actually like advocating for yourself in the world. And not just like, you know, well, you know, I don't want to work harder because I want to rest, but, you know, I have to, like, or I have to do this, I have to do that. And you know, so that's kind of some of the idea. And that's kind of the big takeaway is that it's not just about like, oh, I do some meditation. You have to change, like if you have really bad chronic pain, you often have to fundamentally change the way you live your life. Where you're not just like, you know, they just get you, they get a new cog 7, but so that's some of the idea. Basically like, create a, I don't know, I mean, my pain is doing great. Like that's the point. My pain is the best it's ever done because of the things I do. You know, I'm amazed. I'm like, oh, I'm doing all this stuff without drugs and my life's getting better. My health's getting better. And I typed a book. I have more physical activity than I did when I was young. I'm so healthy. And it's because of like the techniques that I used. And everyone's like, you know what? You should just do drugs. Like it's like chat's uncomfortable about the idea that I like learned how to like use my own emotions and listen to my own emotions and not just be this like freaking you know, machine that just ignores its own needs. All right. Anyways, you can see like this is what why writing the book is going to be so hard, is because the resistance to these basic ideas is so strong. Like you've been so conditioned as a human being to just be like, to ignore your own needs, and be this like robot, you know, which is sad. Anyways, but you can see it's really tough. It's really like tough stuff, and it's like I mean, it's good for me to be talking to chat because I need to be able to. Part of the writing of the book is like, can I sell people on some of these ideas? And can I like use my own story to help people? Like when they see like, oh, I can, I had all these same issues No Hands did. maybe, or I can relate to this other person's story. That's some of the idea of like, if I can get people. Yep, max mana is 20. Learn to deal with, yeah. I mean, I think like part of being tired is your brain just saying, I don't like this activity. I know I've been less, like, I've been a little more tired lately. When I'm at sex cold, I'm very much alive. Because I love it. Yeah. And when the meta is better, I feel alive. But the meta, like part of I'm feeling tired because the meta is not so good. But
I remember this place well.
it's probably mirrored them. But but yeah. I also been trying to drink less caffeine, but it hasn't been working. Works for pain. Yeah. Wait, how many word spells do I have? Bad order. This is very good though. I totally do, Walter. That's what I've been getting. Chicken tenders and magic pain, yeah. You know, ZBD, I would love to give up chicken tenders and try to eat really healthy, but like my brain, I don't know. I also like certain times I need like real emotional trauma to change. Like my brain will just keep being like lazy until I've had like a legit traumatic experience. Which is kind of brutal. It's just annoying that like my brain won't just get things right the first time. Like I would give up burritos like if I had some like bad burrito experience.
The earth mother cradles us.
Oh, that's interesting. Casting Innervate. Typhoon is really nice to have though.
Blaze a trail.
What do you put in them? They're not that bad. It'd just be more. I think I eat a little too much fried food. Even though if I eat it in salads, so it's like not that bad, but I eat a little more fried food than I'd like. I don't drink much alcohol. I drink a little alcohol. My family is like all alcoholics. I swear. So it's like good that I don't drink much alcohol. Weed smokers.
Is there trouble?
You dreaming, my guy?
My time
Dude, literally, dude, half of chat's suggestions are you should do drugs. I've gotten the you should do drugs like 80 times. And I've already figured out how to do things. And they're still, dude, I'm amazed by the amount of like you should do drugs takes I'm getting right now. It's like, kind of really frustrating.
Our tunnels
I wonder if it gets me armor here.
run the fort.
Did not.
Feel her strength.
Well, my family all know me. Never tried it. Yeah. I don't know. So I've actually been getting, when I drink, I get less sadness. So for a long time, I'd get these really bad sadness hangovers. And I think what I would do is when I'd be drinking, I would be kind of repressing my emotions, which I liked, right? So I'd be repressing, and then after I got done repressing, I would be like, oh, feel better, you know? But I guess this goes into my deck too. I don't know. Not sure if this is smart or not. So
A true queen.
realize how much time I'm sober. Yeah, dude, you know, part of the power of drugs is that it's like, that's your way of being happy. And when you stop, like, you have to like do all this shit. You know, it's kind of like, all right, if you're ever grinding in Path of Exile for a Mage Blood, and then you finally get the Mage Blood, and then you're like, well, now what do I do? It kind of like is this nice, like, simple purpose that you could just do over and over again. And in real life, like, if you don't have like these drugs, you all like have to like continuously have like existential crises of like, what do I do now for happiness? Bro, what is this game, dude? I have. It does help. You know? But like, there's only so many times I can text your mom until I'm like, why am I doing this?
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
How much damage do I have here? Wait. Do I have lethal? No, I'm just short, right? I'm just short of lethal, right, chat? I'm 3 off. So I probably... Can I get away with just killing? No, I should probably kill the Wicker Fang here.
Waits for no one.
It just, you always regret not killing the Wicker Fang. I mean, here's my opinion on trust the data. Let's say some study says, oh, weed helps people have 20% less anxiety, right? and then you do smoke weed, and then you have way more anxiety. Like, you know you're getting way more anxiety. You don't need some study, right? You feel it. And you could be like, well, you're not this, like, I think there's some element of that where it's like, you know, the study is an average. And obviously, there's other examples of this that are more complicated, but, you know, if the stats say this is the best deck, and you're playing a deck and you're losing all the time, it's probably not best for you. I don't really want to go Typhoon here.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
For the wild.
I mean, like, it's more... I think, like, well, where are situations where you should, like, trust the science? Situations where it's very, like, if you get it wrong, you die, and the, what was I gonna say? You don't get a lot of, like, times to try it out. So, you know, you could be like, oh, you know, I don't buy that I really need a smallpox vaccine. And then you get smallpox and die, you know? You're like, I guess he was wrong. Like, you don't, it's not like you're getting smallpox over and over again. You know? I think, what's his name? Like, you just aren't an expert on everything. But trying to think of like an area where you wouldn't be I don't know. Trying to think of like a scientific thing I don't like. So what I mean, I don't know. Wait, are they? Is this their whole turn? Did I win here? I'm one off lethal, Cat Chat. You gotta be joking me. I'm one off freaking lethal here. You seeing this bullshit? Oh no, dude. Alright. You go all face.
My duty fulfilled.
Actually brutal, dude. Doesn't have charge, right?
For
No.
the wild.
Yeah. I mean, so some of, you know, why we go with things that we don't understand is we use our social groups because we can't be experts on everything, and we defer to experts that are sort of in our tribe, because if we don't, we're just going to be like, you know, I did my own research. Dude, it reminds me of, like, you know, I did, when chat comes in, they're like, you know, I didn't really buy, you know, it's an example, my dad, you know, he did, like, Flame Imp in his Zoo Warlock, so he cut it and put, like, the 2/1 lifesteal minion. I don't know if you know that card, that, Chat, I think dude, this is like the hard part about, I do think like having, I know having these like philosophical conversations for me is exhausting, but I also think it helps me strengthen my overall points of view on life.
Welcome to the crew.
Chat, we're all connected. I don't know. Chat, I do watch. Chat, you guys know who like Dr. Mike is? I'm a fan. I don't know. Dude, he's like my age. We could be totally best friends. We could be two hot influencers, you know, together. Yeah, he's born the same year as me. 1989. Did anyone know Dr. Mike? But yeah, he does all these these things where he's like basically talking. Usually he's talking to people who are like anti-vax. He's like trying to convince them that vaccines are helpful, and he's just so patient. Because I wouldn't be a friendship. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I want so he did a podcast with Healthy Gamer GG where they talked about the same pain stuff that I use, and Healthy Gamer GG was like was more trying to convince him of like Eastern medicine, which but Dr. Mike had believed in like some of the stuff that the Sarno stuff. Let's see if I can find I wish let's see if I can find it. Yeah. I should probably go watch it. They came out like a year ago. But yeah. But they talked about some chronic pain stuff. And it was like if I could get on his podcast, because I am a case study of someone who's used the techniques they've talked about to get my pain better, and I'm in the gamer world, it would be great. What's the harm for working for people? Yeah. It is weird. Well, so some of like why I think these weird things work is so I like believe like a lot of another paradigm of looking at chronic pain is this idea of the nocebo effect, where your brain is convinced that something is wrong, so it gives you pain even though nothing is wrong. It's the opposite of the placebo effect. So, because I always wonder, like, why do you think like the placebo effect works so well? And I think part of the reason why placebo works is because like a huge amount of time when we have problems, nothing's actually wrong. We just think there are problems. So if you come in, you say, hey, take this pill, it's going to make you feel better. Then the anxiety of your brain goes down. You're like, oh, I'm okay. And then all of a sudden you're not in pain. So we look at it as like, oh, the placebo, but it was really like, why were we in pain when really just some magic suggestion could make you better, you know? So it's like using Delulu to counter Delulu. I know they've done studies on placebos where like the more like intense the placebo is, like you do a giant, like you have like a doctor and they go through pain, like the more it feels like believable, the more likely is the work than just some pill. So if you go into some doctor and they say, oh, this is like, they got all these like awards around of like, this doctor's amazing. And you come in and you just are very convinced by the legitimacy of this whole procedure. It's more likely to work because your brain just believes that it's going to work. But like it does, the craziness is like, it does work. Like gaslighting works. That's what nobody wants to talk about, you know? That too, it's Fonda. That's another concept of like, you like part of your pain might be like, I'm all alone and no one cares about me, right? And you go to this like, you know, this massage therapist or this chiropractor and they're like taking care of you. And they're like, everything's gonna be okay. You're loved here. And you're like, I'm gonna be okay.
Welcome to the world.
Sirens in the background. Look, chat, look. Dude, look, there's just, you know,
The moment.
no big deal. Somebody probably just got, you know, attacked. Yeah. Chad, did I ever tell you how I did a hypnotist show once? And I had seen another one. And I knew that if you didn't go with what the hypnotist said, you'd get off the stage. So I just like faked it the whole time. I'm like pretending I'm like, oh, you know. And then everyone was like, what happened? Do you remember anything? And I just like faked it the whole time. You know, and I was hilarious. This is my sophomore year in college. But if you don't fake it, they kick you off. So it's some bullshit, you know?
Feel devastation.
You like with chat's mama, alright?
Come to me, friends.
What am I doing? Why is that so hilarious? Oh, that's so funny. I don't know why. Oh no, I'm hypnotized. I'm trying to have sex with this person. Oh no. Oh, it's great.
I wonder.
Feel devastation.
This is gonna overdraw their whole deck. Maybe that's good or not. I don't know.
Kneel before the strength.
This could be bad.
The moment is upon us. My hand is full.
Go forth on swift wings. My hand is too
All are
full.
nourished when the cycle renews.
All are nourished with the cycle, blah 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 blah. There's a good way to kill this. It's kind of an awkward situation here.
I wonder.
My hand is full.
No, it's like a big stage performance. So there's like 200 people in the audience. So there's just a lot of people there basically. So they're performing, so they don't have time. So they just bring up like 15 people, and then the people who aren't like getting into it. Yeah, so it's really like just pure pressure. And you can see like I'm not emotionally like getting broken as a person. Like, oh, I have to do what they want because I'm afraid. Like I'm doing it because I want to be up there because it's fun. and I know they'll kick me off if I don't. People make it's like, oh, you fell for it because the hypnotist is just this powerful person. It's like, no, he's not. He's just some guy, all right? But I know if I don't listen to him, he'll kick me off his thing, you know, which I don't want.
I am low on cards. I am out of cards.
I wonder. I wonder.
Our tunnels run deep. Our tunnels
Okay, that's really good.
run deep. Underfoot.
For the wilds. Time waits for no one.
My duty fulfilled.
That seems a pretty good turn. Yeah. I mean, I think like some kinds of like I wonder why like I've tried to think about like the theory of why, because some people do like hypnotism to help them stop smoking, and it legit like they stop smoking. So something worked, you know? Doesn't matter if they weren't really hypnotized. Like something about the bullshit that they did got this person to stop smoking, you know? Yeah, that kind of stuff, Zeromus. I used to watch a lot of Darren, is an English guy. Remember I talked about him in Pocket Train. Is it Darren Brown? Yeah, Darren Brown back in the day. He does a lot of weird like hypnotism stuff.
I have no time for games.
Wait, what did they make me draw? They did mimicry here? You gotta be joking me.
My hand is too full.
My deck, I have Umbra still on my deck.
I remember this place well.
I'm critical, cynical. Yeah, my point is like with hypnotism, like if they do some weird voodoo stuff and you buy it and you get better, like I think it is documented that it does work. I don't necessarily like buy that it's some, and part of like why hypnotism won't work on me is because I just don't buy it, I think. But I buy other things. So I used to think I was like this hyper rational person, and then as I got older I realized like how incredibly irrational and open to suggestion I actually am. But just not from some like weird hypnotist dude, you know? Wait. What?
My hand is full.
There's a case for me just like leaving this board up and not doing anything. Because if they can't trade off their stuff here, like, they can't really win. Wait, I can just Wrath my own guy and then go Saladrasil and then pass. Or I can like Wrath one of their guys. No, I'll Wrath my own guy here. Wait, I have to not overdraw Umbra though. Crap. Whoops.
Time waits for no one.
Alright, I can play the 2-drop here.
Is there trouble?
For the wild.
Oh, I let them trade off one guy. Whatever. We'll be okay. Chad, I thought this Mercury wouldn't affect my life until Mercury was in retrograde one day, and I realized it's actually a big deal. All right.
No time for
Your brain is in retrograde. Dude, that's the worst when that happens. Wait, I already have 3 Under Kings. Okay, I have to remember this. It's annoying.
I am out of cards. My hand is full.
Feel her strength. Feel her strength.
Grow big and strong.
Feel her strength.
Time waits for no one.
Oh, this is actually smart. Might have been dumb. Should've just gone to Umber. Nah, it's fine. It'll be fine. Kind of like don't want to go. Alright, let's see if they can find some bullshit out lethal. But got him. Chad, the win rate's going back up. But yeah. Yeah, Chad, you can hear from the conversation like how weird pain is. And I know if I write the book, I'm going to get shit. So I have to like talk to people. I actually like it's a long-term project. I might be done by like 2030, and I want to interview people. And I'm not an expert, but like I'm a case study of somebody who like actually did it. You know, because there are people who are more the treat people, right? You know, somebody who actually uses the techniques as opposed to somebody who's like telling people. Like I locked up drama. Yeah, I don't know. But remember, like, so some of the fundamental thing is like your pain is your brain trying to help you. I think that's like one of the big concepts. Your brain is trying to use pain to help you survive and figuring out like where the mismatch is. So the idea is like, okay, let's say you're in a job that you'll do this job forever, and you'll not get anything meaningful out of it. You're just showing up and contributing, and the job like doesn't pay you enough to grow, and it doesn't pay you enough to like do anything that makes life worth it. But you feel like, well, I have to keep working, right? You're too afraid to leave the job, but your brain says like, what's the point? Like, my life's not going to go anywhere unless I leave this job. And if you won't do it, and I think you guys can, you know, maybe you could think of like a relationship that you were afraid to leave, a job you were afraid to leave. Maybe you're afraid to take a big, you know, business risk or personal risk. And until your pain breaks you, you won't do it. And that's like why I think people, this is like, sometimes the reason your brain gives you this like psychosomatic pain that isn't really like your leg hurting is your brain knows that if it gives you that, you like, let's say your brain wants you to like stop trying to be a professional athlete, you know? It really is not liking this. Or for me, like I was playing StarCraft 2, but I wasn't just doing it. I was like so tense because I was like trying to like press the button smash because I was trying to have high APM. And I think like something in my brain thought, this is too much stress on my system. And he's not listening. He's just going hard all the time. So I'm going to give him pain. And I think there's also like a bit of a fear too. And my brain fundamentally like bought into some of the concepts of like, I have, but I think some of like the reason it does that is to like get you to stop doing something or start doing something. But then sometimes you still don't do it and you just are chronically in pain and it's terrible. I think I'm gonna save the coin and do this next turn, but this is bad. I can't imagine the brain would savage itself in that way, to be honest. It's very believable to me because it's happened to me for sure. And the brain like doesn't look at it like it's sabotaging you. It's more like you keep doing this thing it doesn't like. So, but I think it also, a lot of people will never experience these symptoms because just normal shit will work. Or it's not like, they're not wired that way. I think a lot of people will never have these symptoms because somehow their brain just doesn't operate in that manner. But my brain does. And I met lots of people who their brain, in my opinion, does. I'm kind of getting cooked here. So, another thing I wanted to talk about the book is like the subjectivity of pain. Talk about the opposite situation, where you're in situations that, and I talk about a few of them, where I don't know if you guys know the guy in like the 92 Hours movie when he chopped off his arm. He reportedly said like it didn't actually hurt that much to chop off his arm, which seems absurd, right? Wait, you're literally chopping off your arm. This must be the most painful thing ever. And he's like, it's not even that bad. And maybe he's just giga chatting, you know? I don't know. But, 127 hours. Okay, yeah. There was adrenaline. But I think, like, part of it... it's like, why does your even brain give you this adrenaline? It's like... trying to say like we need to survive, So, because like I feel like if I had a lot of adrenaline, it would still hurt to chop off my arm, you know. But I think it's like the brain like trying to like direct him to survival. I think that's like a really, I don't know. I've been researching examples of this, so that's like, yeah, I don't know. This is very, I don't know, ambitious underpinning. Yeah, that exactly that, Walter. Ooh, that's nice. No crazed alchemist here. Is a big deal. Aaron Ralston, yeah. So I don't know. Like that's like kind of the whole concept of the book. We'll see if it's and I'm working on it, and I'm working on, you know, how can I convince and how can I get things right? Because I'm kind of like Brian. Brian Cranston, but like he's trying to live forever and I'm just trying to not be paid. So I'm often just trying ideas out, you know, seeing what works. Like I'm in pain, I like try to figure it out. Wait, no, Brian Cranston, what's Brian Johnson maybe? Who's the guy, the crazy guy who like is like my biological age is blah blah blah, you know? I don't know. I think I'm cooked here. Wait, maybe it's not Brian. I don't know. He's all... Yeah. Brian Johnson, yeah. I even think like, so if we go with Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is like, think about this. Like, I think Walter, his like true calling is to be this kind of evil